U.S. Secretary of State Kerry warns of impending budget cuts and their potential impact. Nigerian authorities break up a terror group. I'm Ray Kugel reporting from Washington. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry says mandatory federal budget cuts set to take effect March 1st will undermine America's position in the world, damaging both U.S. foreign policy and private sector investment. VOA's Scott Stearns reports.
Secretary Kerry says America's relatively small investment in foreign policy advances global security and helps U.S. companies compete abroad.
Foreign assistance is not a giveaway. It's not charity. It is an investment in a strong America and in a free world.
In his first speech as Secretary of State, Kerry told students at the University of Virginia that the price of abandoning global efforts would be exorbitant because others will quickly fill the vacuum left behind. Scott Stearns, VOA News at the State Department.
The automatic spending cuts or sequester set to take effect next week are the result of a budget standoff between President Obama and Republican leaders in Congress. Syrian activists say rebels shot down a warplane Wednesday outside Damascus, a short time after an airstrike killed at least 20 people and wounded dozens in the same area. The shootdown could not be independently verified. Earlier in the day, the state-run Sana'a news agency said 2 mortar shells struck near a stadium complex in Damascus, killing a soccer player. There's been no immediate claim of responsibility. The World Food Program is planning to scale up its emergency food operation in Syria in order to meet the growing needs in the country. Lisa Schlein has details.
The agency's Director of Emergencies, David Catrud, says the challenges facing the organization are daunting. He says 45% of the beneficiaries are in areas controlled by opposition forces where most of the fighting is going on. 2 other problems hampering the aid effort, he says, are the lack of local organizations that can actually deliver and distribute food to those in need and the lack of resources. He says WFP only has enough money to operate 1 month at a time, so it is hard to see how it will meet the needs of an additional 1 million people. Lisa Schlein for VOA News, Geneva.
A South African investigator says Oscar Pistorius' account of how he killed his girlfriend is consistent with what police have found at the crime scene. Detective Hilton Botha made the acknowledgement under questioning from the Olympic runners' defense team Wednesday on the second day of his bail hearing in Pretoria. The hearing will continue today. Pistorius insists he thought he was shooting at a burglar and had no intention of killing girlfriend Riva Steenkamp at his home last Thursday. Prosecutors say the nighttime shooting through a bathroom door was a premeditated murder. Nigerian authorities have arrested 3 people with alleged ties to an Iranian terror cell that was plotting attacks against U.S. and Israeli sites in Nigeria. State Security Service spokeswoman Marilyn Ogar says the leader of the group, Abdullahi Mustafa Berende, was a Shiite sect member who told authorities he initially traveled to Iran in 2006 to study Shiite Islamic teachings at a university.
He was recruited by some Iranian elements when he returned to Iran for further studies in 2011 and was subsequently trained on the use of AK-47 assault rifle, pistols, production and detonation of improvised explosive devices, IEDs.
Ogar says Berende later recruited the 3 other suspects. She says the group targeted facilities in Lagos. Nigerian authorities say a search is underway for pirates demanding a $1.3 million ransom for 6 foreigners kidnapped from an oil vessel on Sunday. 3 of the abducted crew members are from Ukraine, 2 from India, and 1 from Russia. The foreigners were taken hostage after pirates attacked their ship off the coast of Nigeria. The vessel is operated by a Nigerian-based oil servicing company. The United States is unveiling a new strategy to counter the dramatic increase in the threat posed by hackers and cyber spies. U.S. Attorney General Eric Holder says ever-improving technology is making it easier for individuals and countries to strike at the United States. He says the Justice Department is fighting back aggressively, working with various states and government agencies to track down and prosecute those engaging in cyber theft and cyber espionage. I'm Ray Kugel, VOA News.